Imagine standing at the edge of your dreams, staring into the unknown, and feeling like the world is against you. Most people would step back, afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of the weight of life pressing them down. But some people take that step forward. This is the story of one such person, and through his journey, you will find pieces of your own struggles, your own doubts, and your own power. There was a boy named Armin, born into an ordinary family in a small town where opportunities seemed scarce and dreams felt like a luxury only rich people could afford. From a very young age, Armin carried questions inside him. Why are some people able to achieve greatness while others, no less talented, remain trapped in the cycle of poverty and despair? His father was a factory worker who returned home tired every evening, and his mother spent her days caring for the household with endless patience. Life was simple, but behind that simplicity was a reality of limitation. Armin grew up watching his classmates with brand new shoes, while his were stitched over and over again. He studied under the dim light of a kerosene lamp when electricity failed in their house. Yet inside him, a fire burned. He believed he was destined for something more, even though he couldn't see what that more really was. But believing in something greater than yourself is the first spark of change, and Armin had that spark. As he grew older, challenges became heavier. When he applied for his first job, he was rejected not once, but 10 times. Every rejection hit like a storm, shaking his confidence. People around him started whispering, maybe he is not good enough. Maybe he is just an ordinary boy who dreams too big. And slowly, Armin began to wonder if they were right. Nights became heavier, filled with self-doubt. He would look in the mirror and see a reflection of someone who wanted to fly but had no wings. But life has a way of testing us. It does not give answers easily. It throws challenges again and again, almost like asking, how badly do you want this? And one evening, after another long day of rejection, Armin walked down the street aimlessly. He passed by a small cafe and noticed a sign that read, "Life is like coffee. It's not about how bitter it is, but how you make it." Those words pierced through his heart. For the first time, he realized maybe the problem wasn't the world outside. It was the way he was reacting to it. The next day, instead of sulking over rejection, Armin decided to learn. He spent hours in the local library, studying books on leadership, success, motivation, and skills that could open new doors. He practiced writing, he trained himself to speak confidently, he even took up small part-time jobs to sharpen his discipline. Days turned into months, and though success didn't come overnight, something had already changed inside him. He was no longer weak like the potato that becomes soft in boiling water, nor hardened like an egg that shuts itself inside. He was slowly becoming like coffee, transforming his environment rather than being destroyed by it. 1 year later, an opportunity finally came. A company was hiring young people with creativity, regardless of their background. This time, Armin walked into the interview room, not as a boy filled with fear, but as a man who had prepared, who had endured, and who had decided that no one else would write his story for him. He spoke with confidence, shared his ideas with clarity, and for the first time, he saw respect in the eyes of those listening to him. He got the job. But the story does not end here. Getting the job was just one step. What followed were endless challenges at work, tight deadlines, complex projects, and colleagues who doubted him. Many times he felt overwhelmed. But instead of breaking down, Armin reminded himself of all the nights he had studied alone, of all the times people had laughed at his dreams. He used those memories not as pain, but as fuel. Slowly, he rose through the ranks. His determination became his identity. People who once doubted him now came to him for advice. Yet the biggest moment of his life came years later when he stood on a stage, delivering a speech to hundreds of young people. He looked at their faces and saw reflections of his younger self. People full of dreams but afraid of failure. And he told them, "Your struggles are not here to break you. They are here to shape you. When life puts you in boiling water, you have a choice. You can let it make you weak, you can let it harden you, or you can let it transform you into something stronger, something inspiring. The choice is always yours." That hall filled with applause, but more importantly, it filled with hope. Because those words were not theory. They came from a man who had lived through every word of it. Armin's journey from a small-town boy with worn-out shoes to a respected leader was living proof that our circumstances don't define us. Our response does. Now take a moment and ask yourself, how do you react to the boiling water of your life? When problems surround you, do you shrink back, lose hope, and become weak like the potato? Do you harden your heart, shutting the world out like the egg? Or do you rise like coffee, changing not just yourself, but the environment around you? Remember this, life will never be without struggles. Every day will bring new tests. But hidden inside those tests are opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to learn, and to rise beyond what you once thought possible. The secret is not to wait for the storm to pass, but to learn how to dance in the rain. Armin's story teaches us that no matter how small your beginning is, no matter how dark your nights are, the power to change your story lies within you. Don't give up when doors close. Don't give up when people laugh. Don't give up when you feel alone. Because every great journey begins in silence, and every great leader once stood where you are today, unsure, afraid, and broken. What made them different is that they refused to stop walking. So as you listen to this story, let it be more than just words. Let it be a mirror that reflects your own life. Let it remind you that even when everything seems against you, you have the power to choose your response. Life is not about what happens to you. Life is about what you do with what happens to you. And maybe, just maybe, one day you too will look back at your struggles and smile, knowing they were not there to destroy you, but to make you unbreakable. Because in the end, the truth is simple. You are stronger than you think, braver than you believe, and more capable than you imagine. All you need is to take that one step forward, just like Armin did, and the world will never be the same again.